Hey everybody, it's me. It's July. It's the month that we call July, the day that we call the 25th, the year that we call 2025, on the day that we call Friday. So happy Friday. I hope you're all having a beautiful Friday. I hope you all have a beautiful and fabulous weekend. So today here, it's really dreary, it's rainy. It's a dark, dreary day. Anyway, we need the rain apparently. I can never tell honestly because my place is so wet. But according to what I hear, we need it because other people's places are very, very dry. So we do need the rain. But it makes me really mellow. It makes me super mellow days like this. Sometimes it makes me want to get up and do like a ton of cooking and just other things like that. But it's very humid. So, believe me when I say my oven is not going to be running today. I'm not going to be baking. I'm not going to be doing that kind of thing that rainy days often make me kind of propel me into doing, you know. So anyway, I hope that you're all having a nice day. Don't follow any links or emails. Sorry, I'm very tired, you guys. I had to yawn. Don't follow any links or emails in the comment section of my channels. It's dangerous to do that. You can get hacked. They're scammers. Don't do it. If you want the healing that this channel is always, the channel's, the whole umbrella over this channel is healing. It's the main focus, the main reason why I did this. So, yeah, if you want that, then the intentions are always set for you folks. So if you so choose, just stand in your power and decree that for your highest and greatest good only and always. It's really good to get in the habit of stating our decrees. And I'm yawning again. My goodness, I'm sorry, you guys. I'm really tuckered out. So, let's just get a universal message today, you guys. There's a lot going on, and let's just see what the universe wants to talk to us about. How's that sound? Just like what does the universe, what does our creator, what do our guidance, what do our highest selves want to relate to us in this time? Right now, because like one of the comments that I got, I think it was Whitehawk, said, how are people if people don't start seeing if people don't start seeing change, they're going to lose hope. And some people already have, and they're unaliving themselves. And this is, I'm just going to say this, our happiness and our hope and our faith should never be based on anything outside of ourselves, because everything will fall short and we'll never be happy. We'll never find true happiness or peace. Peace and happiness and hope, that comes from within, and that comes from a much higher place. And we have, as humans, I think it's the challenge, but the challenge is to be able to fill ourselves up and have our inner peace and our inner love and the vibration of joy and knowing we've got this and trusting our creator and trusting ourselves because we chose to come in here to experience this, and moving forward with life happily from within, regardless of what's going on the outside world. That you can't control. The only thing that you can control is what's going on inside of you. And so for those people losing hope because the outside world doesn't look the way they would like it to, and they're basing everything on that, and they're unaliving themselves based on that, then I would say they're not full inside with the love of our Creator. And they're not filled up. And no one can fill them but themselves. That's work only we can do for ourselves. Nobody can love me enough or have enough faith for me or have enough courage for me so that I can fill myself up with what they feel for me and be full. I have to fill myself up. And I don't know what to tell people. All I know is I've been through hell on my lips in this life, and I know most people have. And it's my relationship with my Creator that always carries me through it. And if people are losing their faith in the world because it looks shitty on the outside, I would say look to their faith in their Creator, and then they will see their Creator everywhere they look. And that's about the best thing that I can say as far as like advice. Like, we can't fill people up, and we all have to go through hard times. And I guess there are some of us that are built to persevere and some of us that are built to cave. And we've been told that, you know, these times will separate the wheat from the chaff. Whatever that means, right? But I don't, you know, I know that in other countries, some other countries, I hear it's really hard in the Netherlands, and not just the Netherlands, other places too. Really, really, things are getting really, really bad. And it's the same in the States, in different places. But at the end of the day, those aren't the things that fill me up. It's so like even with freedom, even if everything was perfect, even if the whole world over had attained freedom and peace, even if the whole world over had a bit of a financial easement where the burden isn't so deep and things were easier for people, even if we had med beds out and you know, free energy or whatever, all of these things that people dream of and look forward to and want, even if we had all of those things, I could have all of those things and still be miserable inside. Or I could also like have nothing and be miserable. But I could also have nothing and be so happy. And I could also have all of that and be happy. And the choice is up to me on how I choose to fill myself up. Does that make sense? Like, this is going to take as long as it takes. Isn't there, I mean, if people are just getting so discouraged because things look bad, isn't there something in their life that's good? Like, seriously, would anybody want to really unalive themselves because things look bad out there, especially when there's people and maybe animals that rely on them and love them and look to them? That's selfish, I think. And not that I don't have compassion, because I do, but I've had really hard times where I've thought, oh, I can't do this. And then I thought of the people that love me. And then I thought of the animals that relied on me. And that felt like a selfish thought, like, how dare I? God and I know the day and the hour, right down to the second of when I will be leaving this journey. And I guess it's not for the faint of heart, you guys, but more and more, the older I get, I think that faint of heart is, "O ye of little faith." Um, that's where I think that faint of heart comes in, because people that have that strong connection don't usually give up like that. They just, because we're full in different ways. I don't know. That's my spiel. Sorry, I ran my mouth 10 minutes or so. Anyway, let's just get a universal message. I talk to my creator, my God, all the time. I talk to my team all the time. I talk to my highest self all the time. I talk to the ascended masters. I talk to Jesus all the time. And like, I know that I don't know Jesus's real name. I know that I don't know my creator's real name. I know that. Like, I know these are things that have been hidden from us, hidden knowledge. We've been given names that aren't true. But I always let them know, I'm talking to you. And that fills me up. Just talking to them puts a smile on my face, makes me feel good. So I don't know. What I say is, if people are losing hope and they're wanting to end everything, maybe it's time for them to talk to God. Because I have never had a conversation with my creator that didn't make me feel better somehow. So that's what I do. Hopefully that will make them feel better. If you know anybody like that, maybe you can encourage them to start having conversations with God. Start there. I think it fills us in so many ways, personally. All right, so let's get a universal message. Lots going on, celebrity deaths that I think there's a lot of illusion around, and nods to that there being some illusion around that, right? And yeah, let's just get a look from the universe as to what they want to say to us today. Huh, interesting. You guys see this? Let me look at the camera. I gotta turn it. No, just let me tip it down. You guys seeing this? Universal message. What do they want to talk to us today? The Fool. Have some faith. Have some faith. The energy that drives the pathway of the conversation that they're talking to us universally about. Have a little faith. Funny how I was just talking about that faith. Look to the heavens, look to God, and also allow yourself to be well connected to the earth. That little dog helps ground him. He's very high vibrational, lots and lots of faith, but the earth and the animals help ground him. They help ground him in. And he doesn't have many needs. He's just got a little tiny backpack there. It's not even a backpack, it's a little sack. He doesn't really have much in that, but he's incredibly happy because he's got his faith. So he doesn't have a lot of needs. He doesn't have a lot. He might have a lot of needs, but he doesn't have a lot, and yet he manages to stay happy because he has his faith. And he has this little companion, the loyal dog that helps keep him grounded. So faith and faith in the Creator and the love of the earth and animals and, you know, earth. He's got the white rose in his hand. White is purity and cleansing. You know, roses are love and of the earth, and the little white dog again, purity and cleansing, and the little white dog is helping to ground him. So, you know, connecting with earth and our Creator will fill us in ways, like I was saying, that will get us through, right? So that's the energy driving us, driving the pathway. And then the next card up there is the Hermit. And the Hermit ends a cycle with that number 9, that humanitarian number, the altruistic number, right? Humanitarian. The Hermit shines a light. And so the Hermit is shining a light on dark things, dark agendas, and things done by people in the shadows. He's shining a light on icky things. He's also shining a light on some good things, you guys. But look, he's shining a light on faith as well. So, you know, yeah, that Hermit is shining a light for people to come back to their faith. And then above that, it's like, start a new journey, start fresh. Your physical journey, you can start today with a whole different outlook and a whole different way of being. We can do that every day. We can get up and start over in our physical day-to-day journey. We can make choices and start over today. Like yesterday, maybe somebody was a negative Nancy all day in a really bad mood and not doing so well, but then maybe today they get up and they dust themselves off and they say, well, that didn't feel good. I'm not going to succumb to that today. And we can start over literally every day, bringing in those higher vibrations. So the pathway is faith and ending cycles and guidance, shining lights on things. And then at the very top, it's like, allow those vibrations to come up into your physical journey every single day. And I think we got that yesterday or the day before or something like that. Sorry, I had to yawn again. So it's an interesting message from our team, right? And then where do we begin our story? We begin our story with the Hierophant. For me in this deck, the Hierophant is bad systems, corrupted people within the systems at the top, holding power over other people. 5 is going through chaotic and yet great changes. And, you know, that's where the story starts. So all of these systems that you're looking to right now to all of a sudden be better, they're going through great change. Like they've been dark little systems and for a long time, and they're going through the great change via the chaos. How are they changing? Well, we have the Hermit, we have the heavens shining a light on the things that people in the shadows do that aren't so great. And there's more to come. So it's always that be careful what you wish for, because we've been seeing that there is a surprise coming that's going to shock people. And so, okay, I know that some people say, I don't know how anything could shock me. Well, we don't know until we find out. You guys, if we think listen, for as much as we think we know, as much information as we've gathered or things that we are knowledgeable about, there's so much more that we don't know. So I'm sure there are things that can shock us. It's just that we can't imagine them right now because we don't have knowledge of them, contrast for them, or, you know, anything like that. But the Hermit is going to inevitably shine a light on something that's very shocking to a lot of people. There's a surprise coming. So things like this have to take time, right? So these systems are crumbling all over the world. And the Hermit is shining its light on these dark things that are coming out of these systems or had been all over the world. And the things that are having the light shown on them by the heavens, the people behind the scenes that have been doing some pretty icky things. And there's also a light being shown on some people behind the scenes that have done some good things, okay? So you're going to find out good people too, you guys. But the Hermit is shining a hell of a light. And we're going through like a period of cleansing right now with this Ace of Cups. So we really are getting the D-class. And we're getting it in ways that people can kind of handle. But this is going to be a cleansing period when all of this stuff is all kind of out there and exposed and the surprise comes. It's a very cleansing period. So if we're going to be going through this cleansing period, cleansing, it's like, you have been cleansed by fire? Ever have a dark night of the soul? Feel like you walked through hell on your lips? You know, that's what that Ace of Cups can feel like, you guys. So careful what you wish for about bring it on today. Because you don't actually know what you're bringing on. We've been told repetitively that we have surprises coming. So yeah, we're going through a cleansing period. That's why it's so important for us to have our faith and bring these higher frequencies up into our own physical daily journey every day. But this is what the universe wants to say. We've got a structure breaking, that we have systems and structures breaking down and going through great change all over the world. We have the heavens and people here that are helping with this, shining the light, exposure, right? We have more to come, and we're going through this great cleansing. So we have to keep our vibrations up. And high vibrations don't come from, and I hate to say high vibrations, but I'm just going to use that as terminology, because it makes it sound like, oh, well, some people vibrate low and some people vibrate high. And I'm not here to be all judgy with anybody. I just think that's silly, because we're all on our own journey, our own path. But lighter vibrations, I guess I would like to say, an expanded vibration, right? So somebody who's really, really upset, miserable, depressed, not doing well, their auric field will be very small and tight around them. And somebody who's spiritually expanding and drawing light and energy and finding peace within and healing within and connecting to their higher power and their highest purpose and all of these things that create this relationship with our Creator. Your auric field just expands. That's how energy works. So, if we're expanding our auric field, even when shit's getting deeper, shit doesn't look really good, we are still able to maintain our own vibration and feel good via our faith. And I'm living proof of this. I love my spiritual work. I love focusing on that most, and it makes me feel good, and it gets me through some pretty rough spots. So, regardless of all this crap going on around us, these are the things that we can work on. And, know that we're going through a cleansing period with that Ace of Cups. So, it'll take as long as it takes. Anything more to say here, please and thank you. What's that saying? Rome wasn't built in a day, or Rome wasn't built overnight, or something. I don't know. Something like that. But you get the gist. Like, it's funny, people that just woke up like 5 years ago are in such a gosh dang hurry. I've got people on this channel that have been awake their whole lives, you know, and waiting for change. So it's just funny, you know, some people have held this type of knowledge for a long time and they've still managed to live their lives without just deciding to end it all, you know? So, I don't know. The wheat and the chaff again, I guess. So let's see. Going through cleansing, we all build resilience. Let's see what else they've got to say. The world is battling the dark and the light. The world over. The light is battling these dark, nefarious systems the world over. And the dark is trying to bury the light and shake down people's light. So that's quite a message. Let's see. Cards are sticking. The dark wants to create chaos and infighting rather than cleansing. And so the dark wants to create chaos and infighting, and the dark would be in chaos and infighting. But even though they're doing that, they're still being cleansed. The hermit who exposes the dark agendas, the people in the shadows are fighting amongst each other. Now, the hermit shines its light on these things, even though they try to cover the hermit. And that is like that heavenly wish fulfillment. No matter what the darkness does, it can't splotch out the light. So, that's interesting. All right, so this is my trump card. This is those leaders that have the highest and greatest good for people's intentions at heart. And so we have those leaders that do have the highest and greatest good for people's intentions at heart, working to cover and take down the dark nefarious systems. And they are working on the side of the light. Okay? And these people that are in the shadows doing nefarious things, fighting amongst each other, they are working to stop the cleansing, and they still want to be taking and binding people. So there's still a level of ickiness going on as we go through this cleansing, you guys. And, you know, at the end of this, we have the devil, those chains that bind. So how do we look at this? The dark energies, the dark entities are still looking to capture people's hearts and minds, to close off their ability to see clearly, to stop them from connecting with their creator. It's the devil's wish for that, right? It's the devil's wish to use these people in binding to create nefarious things and have people in the shadows creating them. It's the devil's wish to create chaos in the world and stop the cleansing. It's the devil's wish to sit right on top of your faith. It's the devil's wish to sit right on top of your faith in your leaders. All right? It's the devil's wish to have the darkness bury your high vibrations that come in to your physical journey. So it's the devil's wish for you to lose faith, because remember the faith card is under here, for you to lose faith. It's the devil's wish to cover the light. Where? The light that's illuminating and the light within your journey. It's the devil's wish for you to lose faith in your leader, right? It's the devil's wish for you to lose faith in your leader and not trust him and not trust what he says about the systems and not trust what he's doing and not trust it all the way around the world. So we have options here, and we can rise above the selfishness of I need to see proof, and the truth is there's proof out there. So I guess people that are giving up need to look deeper, but it's the devil's wish for them to lose their faith. And what do people want us to come to? It's really on us. But there's still a battle going on. So you're not going to see everything you want to see handed to you and the rest of the world, because, and when I say you, I mean me, you, us, all of us, because we all want med beds. We all want to see those roll out. We all know people that could super duper 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 benefit from that. And, most of us could too. I'm not going to sit and talk about all the things that I deal with in my body, but I believe probably everyone on the channel could benefit from those med beds. So we all want that. We all want the energy, the free energy, because with free energy, that brings freedom, right? There's a certain level of freedom that comes with free energy. And of course we want technology to be given back to us that was taken away from us. Of course we want that. And of course we want safe technology where you're not getting hacked answering an email, or you're not, people can't hack into your bank account, where things are safer. And we all want the cost of living to go way down and things to be fair and more moderate, so that we can all enjoy a little bit more life instead of living under all this stress. We all want that. I want that. You guys want that. Even people that don't know about these things existing, if they heard about those things existing, they'd want that, right? Who wouldn't? But in the midst of taking down systems that have been doing these nefarious things for so long, for us to be like, we want that yesterday, and why the hell didn't it happen, and we're giving up hope and we've lost all faith. I mean, how long has this battle actually been going on? Like, I know that there's been a battle between the light and the dark since the beginning. And I know that the dark was winning, and the world was becoming more and more imbalanced and had more and more darkness. And things were looking pretty dire. And then, I don't know, what, 10, 12 years ago? How long ago? I'm yawning again. 10 I don't know. It's been a while. It's been a while. There, um, full-on things began happening to really combat this darkness. But we're talking about something that has been alive and well for centuries. So it's a very unrealistic expectation when we're making these statements that we can't keep on like this. Had you not woken up, you would be keeping on like this and you wouldn't even know the difference. It's unrealistic for us to think that this can all just be done in our choice of time, like yesterday or the day before or last year. It's unrealistic, you guys. And, you know, this is where we're at. This is what the universe says. And so just staying in that place of high vibration, because these dark entities want nothing more than to clip off your faith, shut off your light, and take you as far away from the heavens as possible. Don't let them win. And if they're winning with the people around you and you're seeing that, that's their problem, sadly. You can't love them enough to bring them back to faith. Faith is something we have to kind of develop on our own. We either have it or we don't. I've come to realize this. We can teach people what we humbly believe or how we feel, but faith is something that really has to be developed, and it's everybody's journey personally. But if you're hanging around with people, any of you guys that are being the Debbie Downers, I would highly suggest not having anything to do with them, because guess who's dimming their faith, and guess whose wish it is to bring that darkness into their physical journey. And we are all contagious. So who do you want to be catching something from? Do you want to be catching something from someone who's holding on to this darkness? Or do you want to be catching something from someone who's holding on to the light? Because until we learn to hold our own vibration without it being impacted by other people's vibration, we're susceptible. And if people are in a place of susceptibility and they're choosing to be with people who are being impacted by the dark, then it's going to impact them by the dark. So choose wisely who you hang with, who you talk with, what you take in, how you integrate information, what you believe, where you put your priorities. Choose wisely, because this dark energy is still at work, you guys. So choose wisely. So have I gotten the universal message correctly, please, and thank you. Okay, you guys, let me just say this again. It is the devil's wish. It is the devil's wish to bring darkness, fighting, and chaos into your daily life. It is the devil's wish to cover your faith, right? It is the devil's wish for you to lose faith in your leaders that are battling these systems with the light around the world. It's the devil's wish to keep people bound, low vibrational, unable to see clearly, know clearly, feel clearly. It's the devil's wish to keep using these bound, lower vibrational beings for nefarious things by people in the shadows. It's the devil's wish for those people in the shadows to continue the chaos and stop the cleansing. Okay? So think about that. It's the devil's wish for you to lose your faith. It's the devil's wish to block the light. So think about that and decide who you want to listen to, who you want to be around, all of those things, okay? So did I deliver the message correctly? Did I do a good job delivering what you were trying to get across to us? Please and thank you. Did I read this, you know, as best as humanly possible to give the message that you were trying to get across to all of us? Please and thank you. I mean, people send me this shit, fear porn, and I won't look at it, you guys. I don't want to look at it. I'm creating my world. I'm creating my reality. And every time I succumb to something like that, it stops me from creating what I'm choosing. I'm very particular. So I've given you a couple of messages, so they've said a couple of things, right? They want to talk about the depression and they want to talk about the lies. So this comes up a lot in the readings lately. So what I'm going to do, because I've given you these two messages, these two, they want to talk about the depression, I think, or low vibrations, vibrational lowering, and lies. So we'll see. We'll let them talk off of this. But I've used a lot of cards here, you guys, so I'm going to pull them all up and I'm going to shuffle them in. And I'm going to let them talk from there. So let me shuffle them. I'm just going to let them give the conversation off of the great change, off of words, thoughts, ego, vibration. We'll get a better feel for the message once the cards start getting laid. Great change, though, says, allow the storm, you know, because this is storm clouds because of the lies and the depression and all of that. So what do? We can raise our vibrations. We can lift up our swords and lift up our vibrations. But it's also saying great change. We're going through great change. And it's also talking about a storm here. So let's see where they want to take this conversation. What direction? There's a lot of tears in this card. Sadness. Manipulation with the lies, and some truth, and a storm. So, all right, I'm going to just do them this one more time, and I am going to cut them, and I'm going to let them talk downward. And then I'm going to have to get off, and they're going to have to let me, you guys are going to have to let me, because my back and my legs and everything are just killing me sitting here. So let's see. I'm laying them so that you can see, right? Yes. Okay. So we're in the storm. We're in a storm here on the earth plane. A storm of emotions because we have many tears. A storm of lies because we have many lies. A storm of low vibrations, depression, and a storm of very little truth. Okay? So what they're saying is, we're at a place where we should be rejoicing. a lot of things have been put behind us, and we're just in a period of assessing. We're like in a pause. We're assessing things and to see when to move forward, right? Integrity is very important in moving forward. Everything has to be moved forward and done right. And this is the focus. People have done a lot to create a balanced way of being here in the physical world, like your day-to-day stuff. And they're celebrating the things that they focused on to create balance in. There's a big celebration. And they worked really hard on this for a long time. These people working really hard have had integrity. And this isn't coming forward yet because we're still in the assessing stage. But this is stuff that they're looking out at, assessing how to bring it forward, okay? As we end that old way that broke our backs, that wasn't worthy, that didn't serve us. So they've told us over and over again, we can't just have our way right now because it's not time. We're still in the middle of battle. There's a lot of lies. Things are still being assessed. There has been much success in ways that they have worked to bring more balance into our physical day-to-day lives. And the people that have been working on this are celebrating it. They've been focused and working on this for a long time. And it's best that we don't focus on these things, you guys. It's just going to bring you down. They want you to remember that there are actually people out there doing the friggin' work. And so for us to just be in a place where we're feeling constantly disillusioned or depressed we're not having to do that long, hard work. Oh, I've got to get out of this chair. So, just tell me, have I delivered this correctly? And they've worked hard to end these things. They've worked hard to balance these things. They've been working a long time, very focused. They've worked a long time focused to get us to this point of the pause where we could put things behind us and assess. They've worked a long time and been very focused on bringing integrity into what's going on. They've even worked a long time and been very focused in trying to get some of these truths out here. But they have also brought some of the disinformation too. The disinformation comes with integrity as well. Some of it had to be that way. So they're saying it's complicated and basically we're acting like spoiled babies if we keep demanding that we get our own way without even understanding or comprehending the type of work and the things that these people have had to do to end a way of doing things that was really bad for we the people. So have I gotten this correct? Please and thank you. They want us to lift our vibrations by bring in those higher frequencies ourselves each day in our own physical journey. And I delivered that to you correctly. I gotta stand up. Oh gosh. Ugh. So I'm gonna cut it there, you guys, because I'm just exhausted. I'm sore. My back and my legs are killing me. I have to get out of this chair and away from this table. But they're reminding us that people have worked hard for us and that it's still a battle between the dark and the light. And they want us to keep our vibrations up. And, the wheat and the chaff, and I know we have a lot of compassion and whatnot, but if people are being super, super, super negative, you may want to think about who you're allowing yourself to be exposed to. because I believe, frankly, that we are the shift as our hearts open and heal and our crowns become more and more open and we hold more and more light, and we open our gifts, we shift everything around us, you guys. So we're the shift. You know, they're doing the hard work, but but we're the shift too. So if you're constantly having your vibration lowered by the Debbie Downers, you know, that's not conducive to the goal. So focus on the goal, you guys. And know that I love you all. I'm exhausted. I've got to go. But I will see you all soonish. I'll post that other video tomorrow. And I'll label it so that people that don't want to have to tune into a whole long one, an hour and a half one, can just scroll on by it. All right, you guys, I love you all so much. Stay high vibing, stay in love, stay in joy. Don't let the Debbie Downers get you down. Be careful what you expose yourself to. Know that we're still, you know, battling. Right now we're in a pause, you guys. All right, I love you. I'll talk to you later. Bye.